Alright, welcome to a Deck Tech, and today we have my personal favorite hero from Monarch, Levia. Now many of you guys don't really know what direction to take with Levia, and honestly, Levia is probably one of the more powerful heroes in Monarch. Levia can play from so many different angles, and there's a misconception that Levia is more of a control deck that you try to then later go off, and although it can be played that way, that's not entirely true. Levia is, in essence, just a high-ish variance deck, but you can control this variance. He uses a lot of cards as a toolbox, and if you told me to categorize what Levia is, I'd say a combo toolbox deck. And it's really interesting, and let's just dive right into it. The first thing you'll see with Levia is we have a lot of 6 power cards, and this is because of Levia's ability, and it's important to always have the 6 power cards. Now, how we chose these 6 power cards is pitch power is very important. So we've selected all of the really strong, high pitch power blues and also some yellows, and then we've got some very powerful cards. And not every one of these cards is going to match up, but let's just talk about a little bit about them. Firstly, you're going to need a big chunk of these as additional cost banish free cards. And this is not only to satisfy Levia's hero ability, but this is also because you're going to see in our game plan later on, we utilize our banish zone very well, and we really want to send cards from the graveyard there. So we have 2 lots of Hungry Lord Beasts, 2 lots of Dread Screamers, and also we've got these Boneyard Marauders, Endless More, just a huge variety of these cards that banish free cards. We even have an Unworldly Bellow in our resource section. Now, secondly, we have some very powerful 6 power cards, and the one that I want to talk about the most is Shadow of Blacksmith. This is one of the best cards, if not the best card in Levia. This is really important because we're going to be able to choose it based on the matchup, and it also is just incredible with Mandible Claws. Being able to draw in this card is a premium in this deck. And you may think, Mandible Claws, oh, you're going to only use this Blood Rush Bellow? That's not actually true. You get so much resource with this deck, and Mandible Claws is just, once you've satisfied its needs, just two more resources, attack for 3 damage. We've also just got our standard Nourishing Emptiness, Command and Conquer Nourishing Emptiness, amazing in this deck because we can always turn it on, and we actually turn it on late game quite often. A very common play is you're going to use something like a Dread Screamer, empty out your graveyard, then on the same chain link, use Nourishing Emptiness. And speaking of which, if you guys are playing with something that's removed 3 cards, let's say a Dread Scream or something, and you want to play another card, you can close the chain first before playing your second card, whether it be a Boneyard Marauder or whatever, and this will allow for a 6 power card in your graveyard. We're going to quickly talk about the equipments. Scapeskin Letters, the most important card in the deck. And Mandible Claws, we're going to be using this with Blood Rush Bellow in conjunction to any draw discard. In addition, Even Fold, very important. Sometimes you would just die. So Even Fold is both a combo card and also just saves you. We use Skullhorn and No Rune Robe for the Kano matchup. Now, going to the card draw. Blood Rush Bellow and Art of War. These cards are a premium. This is where you get your really explosive turns. And it's really important. You want your Art of War cards like Deep Root Evil and any cards you can play from Banish Zone. And speaking of which, let's really dive right into where this deck shines. Being able to play from the Banish Zone. We've got the full set of 3 Tome of Torment. This is, hands down, one of the most crucial parts to this deck. Being able to use extra action points, but more importantly, you just really fuel and maintain your game plan by just using Tome of Torment. You'll notice in this deck we have Gambler's Club, and this is because we roll really aggressively with Scapeskin Letters. We roll every turn, and this deck really needs an arsenal card. So Tome of Torment at absolute premium. In our toolbox, we have Howl from Beyond. This is really good if we just want to search and immediately use it with Shadow of Blacksmith, and just a really strong card in general. Mutated Mass, we have very much built our deck around these different costs, and Mutated Mass being 8 power is just not unreasonable in this deck. One of the most amazing cards as a resource card, but you also want to be banishing to Art of War, Even Fold, and just really get that advantage. We've playing our staple Reckless Swings, playing our staple blue cards. We've also just got Art Smash Unmovable for the respective matchup, Dash for Art Smash, And Dorinthia and Unmovable. Guardian of Shadow Realm, also fantastic against Dorinthia and anything like that. So let's talk about Doomsday. So Doomsday is actually really important in this deck. You can elect not to play it if you don't have the legendary, but it's really good in the deck. If this deck in general, not very expensive, but if you wanted to have a go with this deck, you can remove Art of War. You can remove Doomsday, though if you can get your hands on one, you really want to, and you want to remove stuff like Command and Conquer. Those cards are not that good in this deck. Bloodrush Bellow is probably your first Majestic you want to go for, followed up by cards like Tome of Torment, really important in the deck. Scavskin Letters, absolutely a must legendary for this. Although you can replace it with Hooves, I would not recommend it. But if you manage to get your hands on a Scavskin Letters, this is the deck for you. Nothing else in this deck is very expensive, and Scavskin Letters is just the most important card. And honestly, this is a really fun deck. You don't need much. You don't need many legendaries. You just need a Scavskin Letters, and all you need to do is roll 6.